So we're coming into autumn, and it's a perfect time for a reset. We've all got places like this in the garden where we haven't been quite sure what to do with them. This one was a veggie patch. It's been holding these pot plants for quite a while now, so it's a perfect time here in autumn to get in. There's still a bit of heat in the soil from summer. We can get the weeds out, more soil in if we have to, get the plants that we want into the ground. They can chill out over winter. Then as spring rolls in, boom, colour. As my dad used to say, preparation is everything. Now, with any new garden project, we've got to ask ourselves, what's the aim? Do we want to block out the wind? Do we need shade? Or do we just want it to be this beautiful feature? Well, I want this to look like a beautiful native patch, lots of colour, lots of texture, and lots of different structure and form. Primarily to bring in insects, birds, lizards, just to really improve the biodiversity of what will be a feature native garden. First things first though, remove unwanted plants and weeds. Watch out for perennial weeds, those with rhizomes, bulbs or taproots. Chase these out, and if you want to chuck them on your compost, make sure you soak them in a bucket of water for a couple of weeks or put them into a plastic bag and leave them in the sun so that they don't reshoot. There we go. Nutgrass. I don't like it. I don't like any weed for that matter, but you can see the nuts, you can see these tendrils just run along under the ground. So you might pull this one out, but if you pull that one, you might miss these ones. And you're still in trouble. One brown one, one white one, and one with a bit of shine on. Now, if you're going for natives, you want a low phosphorus mix. Plenty of native mixes out there, but I still like to add a bit of sand so it's nice and free draining and it's not going to overload it with nutrients. When it comes to prepping garden beds, everybody has their own personal preference. Some people like it perfectly symmetrical, a nice mound, very rounded, rectangular, maybe even a grassy knoll, if you will. I like to try and mimic what you see in the bush, which is all kinds of shapes and different forms. As long as the plants are happy, that is the main thing. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, it's just as easy to walk around and do a bit of stomping with your feet. Luckily, I've got this heavy pounder just to really get a bit of form. This garden bed is going to settle over time. I'm just speeding up the process. You don't really have to do this. Nice solid base to work with, just like a pyramid. Good solid base. All that's left now, set the plants out and see how they look in situ. So, native frangipani, pride of place in the centre. It's been in the pot a little bit too long, so it's looking a little bit worse for wear. Hopefully it'll really enjoy its new home and start to thrive. They can get pretty big, but they do take a good prune as well. We've got a nice little edge of different kangaroo paws, the brachioscome, nice ground cover, plenty of colour, a nice patch of fringe lilies and chocolate lilies, just to give a bit of colour and a bit of flavour to the garden bed. There's a wax flower over here, some paper daisies, and a beautiful Correa that will also give us a nice bushy shrub, beautiful colour, an absolutely stunning plant. And one of my all-time favourites, bush mint. Great colour, great flavour. Everything's pretty much going to revolve around our centrepiece, the native frangipani. So I'll get him out, start digging our hole. Been in the pot for quite a while, so all going well. He will recover. He's certainly going to be the biggest plant in this bed. So he's going to need a bit of room around him as he starts to grow. But these little paper daisies and Prostanthera are hanging out next to him. It's not going to bother him too much. Righto. So now it's just a simple matter of getting it out of the pot, which is always an interesting task. There we go. Get rid of that. It's fairly solid. Oh, spoke too soon. Into the hole. Give it a nice bit of room around it. I'll prune this back, clean it up. Hopefully this new home will give it a new lease of life. So everything around it will hopefully just sit underneath. It'll do its thing. The colour and form on this is just beautiful when it does flower. So Prostanthera, bushmint, great little plant, lots of different species. So, you know, different colours, different forms, but by and large, gorgeous, gorgeous aroma. As the name suggests, a minty smell, but very high on the eucalyptus flavour. 2 down. Paper daisies, another great addition to the garden. So many different colours, so many different forms, but really nice to fill space and just give you that gorgeous colour. And of course, as the name suggests, a flower, a bit like crepe paper. These are pretty low maintenance. Natives do look after themselves, but all plants need water. Got a few more to go yet. Another kangaroo paw. This one, along with so many others, so many cultivars now, the colour and range is just unbelievable. It's the last one to go on the ground. Pretty happy with how it looks. Light mulch, we'll be done. All that's left now is to water it in. Might even give it a light prune so that these plants can chill out over winter, ready for that spring burst and some beautiful colour in summer. So if you're after a new addition, ready for next summer, get into your autumn planting right now.